the other one coming in here, second seed, the favorite, is on the loser's side. Like, the story is insane. And here we are in the grand finals. Doggo versus Dummy.
Dummy did kind of really shock the world. And we've mentioned it multiple times, but I think we could at least mention it a few more times, and Dummy still would not get the credit that he deserves for coming in last seed here, now in the grand finals. That's so big.
This is huge for Dummy. Of course, going to be a nice boost to the PR going into 2021, regardless of how he plays here. But he wants that dub. He wants to be the world champion. Of course, coming in here on the winner's side. He's going to make the swap from the sword. You see him throw it away because he wants the Katars for that early damage build.
So not only did Doggo get a chance to warm up this Fate, a new character that Dummy really hasn't played against, but now Doggo gets the option to go against Asuri, a character that he just played against. And Doggo kind of had that in one of the previous sets as well, jumping from Jae-Yun to Jae-Yun, now jumping from Asuri to Asuri.
Shoutouts to Goddess for helping Doggo warm up a little bit, like using that last game. What a teammate. What a homie.
True. That is, Goddess can take credit. If Doggo wins this, Goddess can take credit for the victory.
Ooh. Missed the N-Sig, though. Into the offstage, hitting that recovery. Doesn't hit the ground pound, though. Dummy going to fight for it. Sometimes you got to scrap for that wall touch, and Dummy scrapping, hitting that recovery.
Doggo coming out so far with a solid lead. Dodging right through that. We're over a minute into this game, and no stock has been taken on small Brawlhaven just yet. Doggo playing around the corner, gets the turnaround ground pound as Dummy was going just a little bit too high. Solid lead. Doggo's only about halfway through this stock, but it's halfway through this stock if we were on like maybe any other map, not necessarily small Brawlhaven.
Yeah, a good sig read from Dummy, and that stock could be gone. Or just the dodge read with a double N light into the recovery, and the stock is even. Again, the double N lights from Dummy. He's just reading these dodge downs from the Australians.
Now, we've already seen Dummy do something that I think Goddess might have struggled with. One of the other Asuri players was struggling with killing on the Katars. Honestly, it might have even been Dummy earlier that Dummy was going over to the sword, but now already grabbing a Katar KO with the multiple neutral light reads. Might be grabbing another one as well.
That's three times.
Dummy is just punishing Doggo.
3 times. Dummy has read the dodge down and got the neutral light. Dummy with the recovery. Dummy showing why they are here in the grand finals on the winner's side. He has been putting in the work, grinding in the after hours to try to take this world championship dub.
Already starting off this final stock of Doggo strong. They're even on damage, but Dummy is a full stock ahead. Oh, man. Dummy is just stacked like right on top of Doggo, and it doesn't seem like Doggo knows how to initiate.
All right, good follow-up, but Dummy going to go high, avoids that down air, so Doggo can't get the knockout. Finishing a spot dodge. Nair, not really a knockout option for the Scythe players out there.
Almost got that dare through the dodge of Dummy. That would have been huge. That would have thrown Dummy far off stage. The spot dodge comes out. The neutral signature just a little bit longer there. Ends up taking Dummy off the top. Doggo not too far behind. Definitely not a massive mountain to climb. It's doable, especially if Doggo finds all this damage.
That's good damage.
Almost carrying Dummy. Okay.
Oh, no.
Doggo, you got to chill. You got to chill.
Oh, it was looking so good, and then it looked real bad for Doggo. That was some fantastic nairs and sares, and then, of course, Doggo recognizing, you know what, I got to hit the ejection seat, running out of movement here, but then went back in. Dummy hit the hits that he needed to get the knockout and take game number 1.
Doggo said, oopsie. in game chat after that. Very true. Doggo definitely did make an oopsie at the end of that game. Not going to stray away from this character pick, though. Believes that Fate was not the problem to losing last game.
Yeah, the Fate looked really solid for the most part. Of course, a couple of missteps here and there, but when he started to find that momentum with the Scythe, you're seeing some really good stuff come out from Doggo.
Single ban coming in, taking small Brawlhaven. Ooh, that might not even be the case yet. Ooh, Doggo might be changing characters here. No, just changing colors. Going over to brown. I don't know when the last time I saw a character in the brown color scheme. Not a very popular one, but it does have some hits.
Frax? Is Poop Frax like the last time?
It's not. It's sexual chocolate Frax. It's totally different. I don't know why you're calling it poop. Poop can be green. Do you call the green color scheme poop?
Well, chocolate could be a lot of colors too.
Exactly. So is the white color scheme poop?
No, because if anything, it's white chocolate. Brown it's the poop color scheme. For Frax specifically.
A lot of different colors of poop.
Yeah, you're right. We'll have an in-depth discussion about all of the various colors of poop later. But for now, we're here in game number 2, Doggo versus Dummy. And of course, Doggo making that swap in colors. Sometimes that color swap is the emotional change that players need. But for now, Dummy's got kind of that color advantage. This black color scheme can be very hard to see on a stage like Demon Island.
I just want Photo to know that Duke was the one who brought up feces and not me. So that is on him. Oh.
Oh, dodge down, this time avoiding the end sig. Doggo still getting the brunt of the damage, though.
Oh, man, Dummy picks up the weapon spawn first. Gets over, hits the neutral light as well. Oh, there's another weapon spawn. Dummy's going to control it. Doesn't pick the sword up, so completely disarmed now. Spawn goes right to Dummy. Oh, no.
Never lucky. Dummy with complete weapon advantage. Has everything that he wants, has the sword. All he needs is a downlight and could get this stock, but Doggo finally finds the weapon pickup. Still needs to get more damage onto Dummy, though.
That was like 30 to 45 seconds that Doggo did not have a weapon. Still has Dummy in the red, so not a bad spot whatsoever, despite having not optimal damage output. Weapon toss goes high. Oh, no. Dummy's going to turn around, hit the side air. Even if Dummy didn't hit the side air there, he was closer towards the middle of the stage, so he had the option to continue to strip the field. Definitely had stage control, even without hitting the side air.
Ooh. There, gravity cancel D-Light into the recovery, coming out from Dummy. Dummy's sword really starting to come alive. Dummy just keeps leveling up as these games progress. Doggo gonna need more than a Sarah's. Dummy with the punish, another one, and Dummy is gonna basically guarantee game number 2 unless Doggo gets something huge.
That first ground pound was so cool.
It was really clean. All right. Gonna get the stock. Still stock advantage to Dummy, of course, coming in with a fresh stock. Doggo already taking damage on that last one.
Some nice unarmed damage, grabs the weapon, wakes up immediately with a side signature. Doggo was able to put out some damage, but even though Dummy was unarmed, not too much. Now we're seeing that damage build looking a little bit better for Doggo. There's the side air. Dummy hits the neutral light, goes forward, jumps, swaps over onto the Katars here. Doggo finding some damage, gets the recovery.
Dang. That's
going to be a KO. Doggo has the option to control weapons here, going to stick with the scythe. Dummy is immediately going to get a weapon spawn. The weapon spawn gods are on Dummy's side here. They want to see a quick end to this grand finals.
Less RNG. Odin really helping out Dummy. Doggo not able to hit the Sares and Nairs like he did in the last one. Falling Dare.
Oh, man. That could have been big. If Dummy didn't have the iframes to get through that recovery from Doggo, could have turned it around. Oh, Doggo. Just don't overextend. Don't get too confident with what you're doing. You are still behind.
This is suddenly doable for Doggo, though. The reverse 3-0. Potential here for Doggo. Dummy still getting the wall touch. Doggo with the corner control. Don't get over eager. Starting to get antsy. You can see it in the movement. Backs up. Dummy gonna get the ground. Downlight puts Dummy off stage again. Throws away the side. Dummy with the stage control and weapon advantage. The neutral light.
This is starting to look rough. Gets through the neutral light. Here comes the weapon spawn. Jumps over. Didn't have to use the dodge. Hits the side air. KOs. You see the cape taunt. You didn't get to see it all the way, but going to be repping Kanga Esports there. That's going to be the sponsor. Doggo feeling good after that victory.
Just barely hits the side air. Just barely enough force to knock out Doggo. Skin of the teeth with the reverse 3-0 in game number 2. And now Doggo still looking like a huge trek ahead because, again, coming in here, loser's bracket in a double elimination, has to beat Dummy 2 more times for that reset. We've seen Doggo do it once before, the last time Doggo won a tournament, low tier city, but can they do it again?
Now, you did mention that sort of jittery movement towards the end. That might not actually be nerves. It's quite possible that it is, but if you look, Doggo's going into the movement speed stance, so that could be just the way that Doggo wants to play this. You see that screaming red hair. You see him screaming all over the map, going left and right. That jittery movement towards the end, just kind of shaking up Dummy a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely worked really, really well against the Jae Yuns out there, right? Like, that movement that really baited out a lot of moves from the opponents. But I'm not seeing Dummy fall for those same, like, movement traps where you panic attack thinking the opponent is making an approach. Instead, Dummy is playing very smart, getting a lot of openers, and then getting those neutral lights, and then punishing these dodge outs from Doggo. But looks like Doggo going to make a swap. Changing up the color scheme again. Just showing how much, how many colors, I guess, he has on the Fate. But these are all, like, base colors. They're not, like, event colors.
Brown still, like, looked really good on that skin. The red hair was good. You got the red orb. You got the little, like, red potion on the side. It's going to be similar to that kind of setup, but with brown instead of black, and the red was a little bit brighter. But, yeah, I actually really liked the brown on that skin.
Well, unfortunately for you, Doggo wants to change it up again. Maybe the black color scheme is what's needed to guarantee instead of having to fight for that reverse 3-0. But here we go. Game number 3. Again, Doggo on the bottom end has to win 2 games of the next 3 to get that reset.
Starting off with a good damage build, though, just a little bit in the lead. Doggo's going to swap over to the scythe. Definitely the weapon that Doggo is playing stronger with. Oh, man. No way Doggo gets out of this. Oh, Dummy! What ground pound was that? We've seen such great ground pounds to finish up stocks when all the movement options have been gone. What was that one, though? He started it so high and so late.
I mean, he was trying to bait out, like, wait for Doggo to use all of that movement before throwing out the ground pound, and I guess just kind of ran out of options there, threw out the panic ground pound, hoping Doggo will make a mistake, but still finds the downlight recovery for a stock advantage to Dummy.
Weapon spawn that Dummy was just playing around. Doggo picks up the orb from it, almost picks up the neutral signature, but there's the big slap.
Going for the double recovery. Spot dodging inside of Dummy. Still needs more damage on this stock of Dummy before he can look for any of the standard knockout tools.
Back-to-back side airs. Sending to the left and sending to the right. Being careful. You're seeing that movement on the edge. I think that's just the Doggo tech.
Just getting antsy, wants to stay warm. Hits the gravity cancel downlight to get the stock evener. Still a little bit behind, but we've seen Doggo's scythe do much better than this.
Almost gets through that with a spot dodge. Had just too many active frames. There's another one. Dummy's building up the damage with it. It's not a massive damage build. It's not super quick, but if he keeps adding it up, still going to keep himself in the lead. There comes the recovery. Maybe wanting to juggle a little bit more. Goes for the sidelight. There's the D-light from Doggo to punish, but a down air. Dummy has been so good with the punishes like that.
Yeah, every single time, it might be hyperbole, but every single time Doggo goes for those off stage, like going for a dare or a ground pound, Dummy with a quick jump, dare, jump, ground pound, and immediately shuts down what Doggo's doing.
Doggo here in a rough spot. Almost a full stock behind. Dummy coming in with the guitars. Stacked side air misses. Immediate punish. Doggo has some edge options. Oh,
that's the recovery. He's still touched.
I can't believe.
Celebratory stars for Doggo. Thanking the lucky stars. They survived that offstage engagement. But Doggo, again, still behind against Dummy here in game number 3.
Again, out comes the scythe. Doggo's much stronger weapon. The neutral, going to send Doggo over to the edge. There's the recovery.
One more.
He wants it real bad. Doesn't want any more of the scythe damage to come out from Doggo. Ooh, has Dummy in the orange, almost sends him over to the edge to continue the edge guard, but Dummy gets back onto the stage.
Soft platform, tripping up Doggo. It's the gravity cancel downlight recovery, and Dummy gonna be one game away from being crowned the Australian World Champion. Dummy, who came in the bottom of it, PR'd 8, just barely earning that invite, could potentially win.
We're seeing Doggo moving through the possible character choices. Actually, one of them impossible, as a Mako was hovered on for just a second. Dummy likely going to go in with the Asuri again. Will Doggo stick with the Fate or switch it back up? Bring the Thor.
Was the Thor good enough? I mean, I guess technically the Thor is what got to game 5.
Yeah, exactly.
I almost want to say that what Doggo hinted at just a second ago is a good pick. I do like the scythes that Doggo has been bringing out. I also really respect the fact that basically everyone he's hovered on is like level 30 plus. Like he put in time on all these characters. But it's gonna be the Spectre Knight. Just kidding.
Please be the Nyx for the fans.
It's gonna be the Fate for game number 4. Doggo has to win the next 2 games to get a reset. Otherwise, Dummy, the bottom PR for this tournament, is going to be crowned the Australian champion.
Doggo really going in with the Fate here. That is an interesting pick when it has shown to not really work here. Got it once. It was with the brown color scheme. So going to swap back over to the brown color scheme. This is a tough spot for Doggo to be in. Doggo, one of the only other Australian players to ever win a tournament, finds himself here in grand finals, but on the back foot. Doesn't have to worry about Kyler Alice, but now has to worry about Dummy.
Dummy, who I would imagine not too many Australians were expecting to be here in the grand finals, is looking so incredibly strong. Again, back-to-back with the neutral lights, already getting this damage built up. And Doggo, on the less comfortable weapon here with that orb, we've been seeing Doggo put in a lot of work with the scythe against Dummy, but we have seen him put in work with the orb in some previous sets. Finish.
Oh. Dummy's sword damage output. Oh, no! That is so unlucky. The Cape Talk coming out. Oh, man. I can't believe Dummy got caught under the stage with the recovery.
Feeling like a real his name right now. Getting caught off stage, bonking his head on that corner. Doggo. Hope is alive for Doggo to get that game 5.
You think Dummy poisoned Kyler? Probably not, right?
Probably not. Probably not. I do. Kyler blames it on his family. I don't know. Maybe it's like the South Americans, where like everyone's family, and there's a lot of people are brothers of each other. But I don't think that Dummy poisoned Kyler. No.
Ooh, goes to the neutral seg. Immediately gets punished by the recovery from Dummy. Keeping the damage up.
Ooh.
Might find himself
Stuff
even
out.
here. The side air turns
good.
Dummy red. Is there going to be a weapon toss into a pickup? There is the weapon toss into the pickup. It's Guitar's coming out. Just gets a falling there. Backing up just a little bit. Being very careful. Doesn't want to get caught by a sidelight side air. See, the sidelight comes out and Dummy's ready for it. He gets the punish.
Sidelight side air does connect. Dummy has the health to avoid the knockout. The down air for Doggo. And suddenly the orb looking very good for Doggo. One stock left for Doggo to get that game number 5.
But the crazy thing is how close this still is.
Yeah.
After that huge mistake from Dummy that got him caught out, stuck under the stage, basically throwing his own stock, and there's still like, Dummy is a D-Light recovery behind Doggo right now. There it is.
It is the D-Light recovery. And like you said, basically even here. This is so doable for Dummy. He's one stock away from being crowned the world champion in Australia. Has the weapon advantage. All these weapon spawns in his favor.
Dummy's damage build looking good. Could be evening this up very soon. Might deny the reset here. The neutral air comes out from Doggo. Going to back up. Throws out the side signature. Doesn't immediately get punished. Neutral signature. Charge that one up enough to get the tree of stars. Oh, this is so close. This is so close. Doggo throwing out these unarmed dares on the edge. Just goes right into the neutral light. Dummy throws out another one. He's hit so many back-to-back neutral lights. Doesn't find one there. Side air. Is the weapon toss going to come out?
He missed the dare. The recovery connects. Dummy just needs the recovery. The side air could almost do it. One more side air, one more down air, one more recovery. Dummy is the world champion for Australia.
624 damage that game. Took a little bit to take out Doggo, but after basically throwing away a stock, Dummy still comes out on top. That is PR8 taking out PR2 in the Australian World Championships. Come on, man, that's crazy.
That is absolutely insane. The World Championship stage is something we've been talking about across the month, is that hunger from players and the ones who have been grinding, the ones who have been fighting, the ones who have been wanting that top spot. And it shows that Dummy came to play. Going to be crowned the world champion for Australia.